Okay, hello everyone. It's Sharon Sheldon here with Sarah Arrow. So I'm Content Sparks, and Sarah says Team Sparks there, who is going to help me out today. And just post in the comments about where you're from and maybe what audience you serve, things like that, because today I want to really focus on problem solving. That's why I called it brainstorming solutions, because everyone is dealing with different situations right now. There's a lot of anxiety and stress and questions. I know I go up and down every day. I've always worked from home, so I'm in this little bubble anyway and don't see a lot of people. And then I go out of the house and see what's going on or read the paper and get really stressed out and get really depressed, and then have to change my mindset and look more at the solution, the problem solving side. So it's very up and down and up and down. I know there's a lot of people who have lost clients, or things are on hold, or they've been laid off and have no income and don't know where they're going to get money for food or rent, stuff like that. So I'm interested to hear in the comments what you're dealing with right now. And then what we're going to do is focus on the problem solving side of things. I'm going to bring up a mind map and just add things. I started it out, you'll see in a minute, with a few ideas of our audience's biggest concerns and how we can help both ourselves and our audiences moving forward, because this thing is not going away anytime soon. The whole nature of business may be very much changed as it does settle down, because people will be working more from home. They'll want to have more security of maybe online business and income support. And we need to be the leaders. This is something Sarah and I were just talking about before I went live, is you can't step back and just say, okay, I'm going to wait till this is over, or I'm just going to, watch other people and see what they say. Your audience needs you. You have a lot of skills and knowledge and ideas and creativity, and you need to step up. We all need to step up and be a leader and focus on the problem solving. So before I bring that up, Sarah, do you want to add anything?
I think the main thing that we need to remember is we're resourceful. That's why we're entrepreneurs to start with. And people around us, they've had different experiences, and they may not be as resourceful as what we are. And by just sharing some ideas and showing the way for them, just makes their life a little bit less overwhelming, a little less stressful. I'm not saying any one of us, well, perhaps one of us actually will come up with something that transforms everything for everyone, but we don't know until we try. And if we don't look to lead our communities, they will go somewhere else, as in they will think, oh gosh, I've done lots of things with that Sarah Arrow, but when things got tough, she weren't here. Where was she? And, we don't want to be that kind of leader. I know you're not that kind of leader. You've arranged this with your community. I've got stuff going out to my communities. And I know it can seem exhausting. We've done things for lots of civil rights things. We had the Grenfell Towers in the UK. We've done fundraising for that. Women's issues and women's rights, we're fundraising for that. And just as you sort of take a breath, this comes along and you think, really? Me again? I've got to step up again? But yes, we have to do that for our communities, because we've worked to get in that position of trust with them. And they're now looking to us. And even if what we're saying is, look, I'm struggling, I don't have many ideas, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, at least we're doing something. And that's what we need to do for our communities.
Yeah.
What was that Bob was saying?
I don't know.
He was saying that out loud. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bob.
I'm going to also bring someone on in a second, Emma Singer, who's here, who is in Italy. And also anyone else who wants to come on camera at some point, I will share a link. But what I want to just lay some of the guidelines out for the brainstorming today. I did say I'm going to share a mind map, and I can just add, and you can just post ideas in the comments. I did set up somewhat of a structure to it to help so we can stay focused. The only thing you need to know for that is there are no good or bad ideas. So don't worry if it sounds silly. Sarah was suggesting some ideas to me before that I was like, and then I said, you know what? Any idea is a good idea, and it may not be good for me, may be good for someone else as well. So let me just see who else is here right now. So you got Bob. Barb is here. Said, here, let me put this up on screen. At everyone, this is our time to shine. We've got this. Just take a deep breath, take inventory of what you've got, and get rolling for the benefit of those you love and live around. I love that, Barb. Thank you so much for saying that. And Gary is here, and Miles, Austin, terrific. Hello, everybody. And let me just introduce also Emma. I'm going to add you to the stream now, Emma. Okay. This is Emma Singer. Do you have your mic on?
I think so.
Oh, you do. We hear
Okay.
you. So where are you right now?
I'm in what's called the Italian Riviera, which is on the northern part of Italy. Just if you follow France, the coast of France, all the way up until it gets to Italy, voila, that's where I am. And it's in an area known as Rapallo. So I live in the port town of Rapallo.
And are you on total lockdown there?
The entire nation is on lockdown, but it's not just this nation. It's also Spain and France, and Germany will soon be following suit. So yes, the entire country is on lockdown. And that means that there is different levels of confinement depending on where you are.
Yeah. And you, but you're running your business.
I do, because I'm 100% digital. So for me, there's only more work to do, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what, your clients need more than ever? What?
Well, no, I believe it's what I believe, Sarah. Sarah, this is the first time I'm meeting you, but
Hi.
and hi. And the other girl that you just posted that said this is our time to shine. The truth is this is a time for us to step up and do what we can to help other people that are in need. And as far as I'm concerned, there are so many people whose lives can be improved if they work in a digital way. And I want to do what I can to be able to help people get to a place where they have more flexibility and not just free fall freedom. Because right now, a lot of people are suddenly financially free, but it means free to fall.
Yeah.
And that's not where we want to be. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Great. I'm glad you could join us. And again,
thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Anyone else who wants to join in, let me see if I'll show you the link. I can't bring everyone on screen at once. And anyway, I'm going to share the mind map in a minute, but at least we can hear you if I bring you on. I'll just share the link here. So if you do want to come on for us to be able to hear you and potentially see you, it's contentsparks.com/join live. Okay, so I will look out for you and be able to add you into the stream. I think I can add up to 6 people at a time, so I may have to come and go. All right, so that's there. And now I want to switch over to the mind map. Shall I just leave that there?
Sure,
no, I'll bring it up at times. I don't want to distract from the other stuff.
Come and join us live. If you've got a whole list of things you want to share with us, come and join in.
Yeah, Bob, if you want to join, I think you can still join from YouTube as well. I see you're on YouTube right now watching, but you can try that join live link. And but chat won't allow me to post. Yeah, Sarah, I love your all caps, lower caps. I think you might have to be on Facebook, or do you have to log into StreamYard? Sarah, do you know?
I think you need to log into StreamYard in order to come onto the call.
But you can try that join live link because it's StreamYard, and then you might have to do something there. So give it a try.
Mm.
All right. And then I'm gonna share this mind map now. Okay, let's see if we got it. All right. So can you see that, or do I need to make it bigger?
Bigger. It's really tiny.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And I can always make it a little bit bigger, I think. So I was saying we're just going to brainstorm some different solutions. Now, the way I structured it right now is around 3 main audience concerns. And then also it'll be fun. This is the easy part for most of us probably, is to brainstorm different tools as well. So I'm not going to do that right away. The audience concerns, I organized it based on current income, future income, and team members, because some people have team members or need team members and need support. So, I said there's a lot of people who, like you said, Emma, are in kind of free fall. They're free, but
Yeah.
free, not earning.
Mm.
And other people, it's more about maintenance, like clients have put everything on hold, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So in current income, I just started the brainstorming to kick it off a bit with some different things. Here. So current income, I started out with, you can convert offers to digital. So offer online services, run some sales, and then I started listing what some people need now. But I want to see what you guys have to add to that. So just join in, put stuff in the chat. Emma, do you want to add anything in particular first on any of this?
Well, you have to understand, being European, it's very different here, because there are a lot of people who are actually losing income on both sides of the water. But here there's more government assistance. So for example, the government in Spain, and I think in Italy also, has promised 25 to 100% of people who have to go home. So of their income, of their salaries. So they have less pain, I think, than maybe some of the people in the States. So I just look at it a little bit differently. Anyway, all of my offer is digital and has always been digital. So my offer continues to be digital.
So what kind of clients do you have? How are you helping them?
I have corporate level clients. So mostly the way that I work with them actually is they're sector specific. I think I'm in a very unusual position, and so I don't know that my comments are very helpful at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just knowing that about the government assistance, totally forgot. Of course, in a lot of places, you just have to look online and see where is their government assistance. And corporate might have, more resources that they're getting. In the States, there's more talk about government assistance, but for small businesses, everyone is applying for the assistance. I had a few links I saw online. All you have to is Google it, to the point where the websites were just crashing.
So the real question, though, becomes that even if the governments offer this assistance, it has to be paid back. It's just like the bank rescues that happened after the 2007-2008 Lehman Brothers crash. So eventually this has to be paid back. And that means that there's going to be more of that, that scarcity issue that at least Europe anyway suffered for a good number of years after the crisis. And I think that in the States, it'll be the same, but of course they tend to bounce back a little bit faster. But the point is that any money that's given has to be paid back. It's going to be paid back in the form of taxation, and the fact that companies can't survive. A lot of companies can't survive if they're closed 2 months. So there, I think that's why I want to push so much about people getting online, because they may find themselves right now with assistance, but it's just going to be a matter of time before even the governments aren't going to be willing or able to manage it. Yeah. So I don't mean to be alarmist. It's just, it's a little bit.
Bankruptcies all around.
Exactly. There's a lot of insolvencies that are going to go on, and the insurance companies are supposed to be insured. Some of have specialized in insuring against insolvencies, And then some of those insurance companies aren't going to be able to manage it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to have a lot of ripple effects.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to add a couple more people on as well to comment. But first, let me just add. So Miles said, Emma has an excellent point about loss of income. I'm not sure that people will be willing to open up their spending right now due to uncertainty.
Exactly. So I would, if on this brainstorming, I'm talking about crisis pricing. You know, even the fact that we should emphasize that now is a time, like if you're a coach, if you're working online and doing things, you know, I don't know what your audience is, but if it's mostly coaching, teachers, consultants, now's a time to get close to the client, build your eminence, build your lists, but do it by not looking for remuneration right now. Do it because you care about what's happening to people, and let them feel that care. Let them know and feel that when they say, gee, now is separating out who our friends are. Don't be among that group that says, well, okay, you wanted me only when I could pay you. You know, I think we have to be a little bit more compassionate than that. That's my point of view. I know there's some hard nosers out there. So.
I think one of the things that I've seen a bit around here, let me do this, is this fear of doing any offering or selling at all that you're going to look like you're taking advantage of the situation. And that's where people are not stepping up and leading because they're afraid to look like they're taking advantage. And that's a big deal also, because then, you know, like we were saying before, people need the help. So don't be afraid to be up there because you're worried about how you're going to look. If that makes sense. Yeah.
That is true. But one of the things that I've always done, crisis or no crisis, is I offer scaled pricing. And so I base my pricing on the capacity of the person who's coming to me. And so now I just do more of the same. So you don't have to offer for free, but you can be more compassionate.
Scale pricing? That's interesting, because I said it's pay what you can afford. But
Yeah.
Pricing is an interesting concept.
Exactly. It's at scale. Exactly.
Okay.
So my clients can actually afford quite a bit. Most of my clients, I do have a couple that don't earn what they earn. And so I do the same work at a much lower pay rate. But I can. So why not?
Yeah, if you can afford to.
Exactly. But I mean, what I'm saying is, I can afford to also say, no, you don't have to pay me these, you know, I hear a lot of people always talk about, oh, now's the time you can push to 6 figures. It's like, you know, screw that, push to 6 figures some other time and actually try and help some people right now, because, you know, that's a way to also make a difference in people's lives. I saw an article the other day that said, you don't have to have an email list of, you know, hundreds of thousands, but you do need to help maybe 100 people. So make it a goal to just help 100 people, change the lives for the better of 100 people. And if you can do that, wow, you're going to make it. So that's where I think people should think. I've been talking a lot. Is there anybody else out there?
I'm gonna add some more people. I just wanted to I want to make sure I catch the points. Let me go back up and see. So Lisa's here. I just want to see. Lisa's here. Bob's here. I'm going to add you in a second. Marlise said, as a trade show consultant, I plan to offer myself as a virtual event concierge. Oh, great. Helping companies set up their online meetings. Can also serve as a moderator or MC. That's great. So that's perfect for like repurposing what you do into something virtual. That's where we have to be creative on stuff. I love that. That's a great idea. Desi, where'd you go? Sorry, my thing is scrolling through faster than I can. Said, my current clients are feeling the strain to some extent. One is a real estate investment company, international, so we are closely monitoring rent payments. Yeah, rent is going to be a problem. Second client's an expat coach, international, so she's definitely feeling the strain. Nobody is traveling. You are stuck in place. So anything to do with travel, real estate, people are still buying and selling, strangely enough, but rent is going down. So that's true. Reaching out to clients. He said many businesses will need new and updated websites so they can communicate and work with their clients online. That is absolutely huge need, and that's something I want to make sure we keep, adding like what people are going to need as well, so we can get ideas from that. Let me add people now. So let's see who we've got in here. Sorry, my mouse is going around. So I've got. Why is my mouse giving me trouble? Sorry, guys.
No worries. One thing we're learning now is patience.
Yeah, I don't know whether I have to bring fewer people in. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Keep talking. I'm looking. My computer is doing some weird things.
One of the things that I was thinking of doing was creating like a mastermind group, but not being one of these super expensive mastermind groups, even again, doing that at scale, but for people who want to get online, just to teach them about how to get online, what steps they have to take, and then create like a small group of people who want to do it and bring them together. But it looks like you got it fixed, so I'll stop talking.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Sometimes my computer does weird. I've never had this many people on at one time, so it's a little bit tricky. So before I go back to the mind map, don't forget that point, Emma, because I want to add it to the mind map, and I was fiddling. So I want to introduce. We've got Miles Austin and Bob. I think your last name is Milliken, correct? You can turn your sound on just to say hello for a second. Miles, why don't you quickly introduce yourself as well, where you are and what you do?
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, Miles Austin. I'm here in the Seattle area, about 20 miles from the epicenter of our coronas here in the U.S. And, I work with clients across. Is that breaking up for you?
I don't know. I think it was Bob. So go back. I turned you off for a second, Bob. All right, go ahead, Miles.
Okay. Yeah, so I help businesses and individual entrepreneurs, a lot of authors and speakers and that kind of thing, with their digital presence, whether it's website, social media, a lot of conversion and activity with how to convert people that you finally get to your site into an actual customer. Okay,
and how are they all doing right now?
A lot of people are frozen, very frankly. I have a group that we started a couple months back before all this actually started, called 60 Plus Now What? And it's really focused on people that get to this certain point in their life, my point in life. We get to that 55, 60-ish range or older, and for whatever reason, good or bad, or in or out of our control, we have to make a change. We have to find a way to make a living, or just say, I'm just going to go right off in the sunset and retire. That's not an option for me. I just can't imagine that. So we've had a lot of conversation around that. And what I'm seeing in that group is a lot of people that are school teachers, counselors, salespeople, business owners, and they're all kind of staring at the headlights right now going, I really am ill prepared to move forward, especially if I need to find a new way to make an income, whether it's a small amount to supplement maybe their retirement, or they literally are looking around going, I'm not going to have enough money to make it.
Yeah, you're going to have to go into the retirement stuff, and who knows how long. So what are you doing right now or thinking about doing to help your people?
Well, I'm here to learn a lot. First of all, I want to hear what everyone else is doing. What my approach has been is I early on started seeing people really hesitant to spend any money. They're like, Miles, I got to kind of hold close what I've got. I don't know how long this is going to last. Yep. Between how much toilet paper can I buy and everything else, right? It's like they're nervous. And so what I've really kind of drilled down in is I'm going to provide as much free value as I can to start driving down into the longer term opportunity. I'm assuming we're all going to get out of this at some point, hopefully most of us, knock on wood. And so I want to be able at the end of this for them to go, you know what, I really learned a lot from you. You helped me think through some of the things I was struggling with. I have a level of trust with you, and I might not have ever known you 2 or 3, 4 months ago. And that's, to me, looking a little bit more long-term rather than trying to start hitting people with another email about some Corona thing. And yeah, you got to buy now. And I'm learning a lot. I'm doing a lot of learning. I'm going back, Sharon, using you as an example. Many of the programs, the Blaze program specifically, you have a free opt-in or a free report. It's a smaller, condensed version. Yeah. I'm going back and sifting through all of the content that I have over almost 15 years of writing and blogging and training. And I'm trying to gather all these up and start to create resources that people can go to that doesn't cost them a penny. And what I'm finding is then we have open sessions kind of like this, and a lot of people come with questions. And then they can start to kind of figure out on their own. As an example, I have one of the gentlemen in one of these groups is a fly fisherman, and he's out of work right now, and probably will always be out of work at this point based on what his career was. And he was bemoaning the fact, I really don't know what I'm going to do, and I've never been online. Well, guess what? Over the last week, we built him a website for offering fly fishing advice, guidance, and scheduling. So he's going to move into a fly fisherman guide service.
That's
in
fantastic,
his area.
Miles.
Yeah, and he's excited about it. And I said, look, I mean, I can't keep him off the phone, very frankly. He's driving me crazy because he's so excited. And I asked him, I said, Fred, when's the last time you had this much excitement? He says, Miles, I don't know. It might have been 30 years ago. I am so excited because I know this topic. I'm good at it. And people are saying, I want to learn from you. And he goes, I figured out I can actually make an income from this. So that's just one example of what's happening in my world.
Yeah. Miles, I have a question for you. Can you just go back to the beginning of what you were saying? Because I kind of, was playing secretary here and was typing out some of the things that you said. And then you started talking about how you were going through the Blaze material. And then there was something else that Sharon offered that wasn't Blaze. It was something else. And I don't have enough familiarity with her materials. So just repeat that part. I'm going to type it out, and that way I can have a copy. You're going back and sifting through what?
Oh, yes. A part of a lot of the packages that Sharon offers, and there's others out there, is when you get the full package, is an opt-in report. It's kind of a condensed version. Maybe it's a 7, 10, 12 page kind of a synopsis in a lot of cases that was designed to offer as a free report, a free piece of information that then could lead into saying, I want to learn more about this topic, and then go into the course down the road or the ebook or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Most of our all the Blaze ones have something like that. So it's a good thing to do now to help people for free.
Okay.
And get them the quick wins. And then as they get set up, because they can, depending on what the topic is, of course, they can start doing some recovery or earning or whatever the topic is. And then they will be able to afford the paid stuff.
Okay.
But you start building it now. So it's kind of like your typical pre-sell in some ways. You're giving a lot of value, a lot of free value and help. And then you'll be able to grow, because obviously you have to stay in business too. You can't just be offering free stuff all the time.
You've been talking to my wife.
No, I mean, you do. You want to give tons of value, but you also need to still sell stuff.
Yeah. Well, one of the comments from one of the folks on here was that, they're starting to go offer consulting services around virtual events and summits and all that. It's an excellent idea. Here's to the point of the basics. There are so many people, you and I all kind of take this for granted because we're on this call, we're using StreamYard or whatever. In that 60 plus group, as an example, the vast majority of them, I polled them, don't even know what Zoom is and that it's free. True. And so I'm finding to literally almost have to hand drag them into a Zoom meeting, whether it's on their phone or it's on the web. And I'm actually saying, okay, here's how you turn on the camera. The typical, but I got, I have a small place that I live in, or it's a mess. I said, let me show you this. So we go in, you click a button in Zoom, you put in a virtual background, and they go, wow. So what I'm hoping to do is break down the barriers to participate, because I mean, literally this morning, I have family members all over the country, brothers, sisters, that kind of thing. And I was on the phone with probably 4 of them this morning on FaceTime individually. Because I just want to connect and say, hey, by the way, I just want to say hi, my grandsons. What are you guys doing today? Because they're stuck at home like all of us. I don't know. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm going to go, whatever. I said, are you guys going outside? And they both kind of looked up. I could tell they're looking at their dad going, Dad, are we allowed to go outside? So, I mean, just little things. But I need that. And I'm convinced, I come from the old school, I will always do better if I can look at you and see you. I'd like in person the best, but I'm not, texting drives me crazy, but I have to do it, right? But what you're doing here with this group, with Sarah and Sharon and Emma and Bob and everyone, the ability to see each other is, in my experience, dramatically improved for my well-being. I'm with people. I'm not, but I'm with people. And that's a huge mental advantage in my experience anyway.
No, definitely. I mean, like people like me, I'm used to not seeing anyone. So it's so great to see people. It's like here, Marlene just said, I'll be hosting a virtual lunch for people in my industry starting Tuesday using StreamYard. So which is awesome. It's the same idea.
What's her industry?
That's the event management that you're
okay.
I think Marlise, you said you're doing some being like virtual host on events. I think I got the right.
Shows.
Yeah, for event managers. Let me just quickly before
I'm going to go on mute unless you need something.
Okay, before I introduce you, Bob, in a second, I want to go back and see what other comments. Sarah, I'm not sure if you can control these. I think I have to put them on.
No, I think you're in charge of the comments.
Let me just look. The people you will help, Barb said, will become your choir. Love it. Word of mouth stuff. It's about paying forward. Okay. Gary said, my clients are local SMBs. Half of them are all right for now. One specifically is in event security staffing. Ooh, that's a tough one. All of their concerts, races, stadium, right. Some of those who are frozen are hard to coach out of the fetal position off the ledge. It's wearing me down. I can imagine. And that's where, if anybody has tips on that, on how to deal with that, because a lot of that is not about, it starts with the mindset versus ideas on how to get over it and get it up. So please pitch in with ideas on that.
Just send you a virtual hug now, Gary, because it is tough when you've got an audience that can't see the end of the tunnel. They can't see the light, and you're sort of having to drag them, saying there is a way out of this tunnel. There is, follow me. And but I can't see where I'm going, and you're having to stop and coax them through the tunnel. So virtual hug we're sending to you. You're doing a great job, even if your clients are not quite there yet. And I don't think you'll lose any of them off the ledge. I don't think all of them will stay in the fetal position forever. I think with your hand holding and nurturing them, they will come out of it, and they will become your choir, as Barb says. They will become the people that say, you know what, when I was struggling, Gary was there for me. And he's got the patience of a saint, because if that was me, I would have been off that ledge.
Yeah, a lot of these are people that don't get any sick pay. So they're just stuck. So, in the US particularly, I know, Emma, you said in Europe, at least they have some support, but in the US, typically they don't have any support. So I think it's about helping them find that initially, because there are some things available, and getting that mindset, getting them back up again so that they can be creative. Because people, like you said, they're frozen. They can't even think about solutions until you get them unfrozen, which is the hard part. Let me just quickly introduce Bob as well. Bob, you want to say hi and tell us? Here, I'll unmute you. Tell us where you are and what you do as well.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Ooh, a little crackly there.
Oh, are we? So, very well.
Oh, I can't hear you. I'm just
Bob's in Vancouver.
Sorry, say again.
the greatest city in the world.
No. All right. I'm sorry, Bob. We can't use all static. All right. I just had to unmute you. I'm so sorry. Can you pitch in the chat as well? Because I think I'll switch over to the mind map again anyway. Sorry. All right. I'm going to go back over. If there is anyone else who wants to come on screen or join in live vocally, let me share that link again. I had 4 people. I should be able to get up to 6. Let me just put this. That's the link. If you want to come join us live, it's contentsparks.com/join live. All right. And I should be able to get 6 people in here. Sarah, just tell me quickly again, if I do want to bring in more people, do I need to completely take someone out, or can they be in the waiting room?
They can be in the waiting room, and you can drop me and M down and bring them up, and then drop them down and bring us back. So you can have a flow of people all through.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see. I'm going to just switch that. Okay, so let's go back here to our mind map. And what did I need to add that I missed in here? So tell me what else to add in here.
We talked about creating a mastermind group.
Right. That was one in here. Let me add.
I think there are 2 types, or at least 3 types. One would be supporting, like, sorry, bad with names, the guy that was just talking about how he's kind of like at his wit's end with these frozen clients who are stuck in the fetal position. I think mastermind groups for professionals who want to stay sane right now is probably one, as well as the mastermind group to help people get online and get digital, which is clearly something Miles could take a lead in. So various types.
Okay. And we're talking about basically free, and then eventually you're going to get clients and stuff from that. Because
I think you can say free or scale, depending on who's coming in.
I like that, free or scale. I think with all of this stuff, it's free or scale, the scale pricing, because it depends. You know, if there are people that can pay, can afford it, it's a way to keep yourself going, because that's part of the whole issue as well. Oh, the convert offers to digital. I had liked the idea of, what was it? The virtual event manager. I think that was Marliese. It was Gary who was dealing with all this event security staff and stuff. So being like a virtual concierge and stuff like that. Cool. Well, there was something else you'd said, Emma, that I didn't want to forget. Was it the mastermind group or something else?
No, I think it was the mastermind groups that you mentioned. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I also said people can do online services. This is another thing a lot of people need right now. It's all related, so I'm just trying to get everything down. So things like virtual assistants, a lot of people here in this group have some of those skills, and it's a way. There are others who need that help. It's kind of like what Miles said with tech and other things. People need research, virtual assistant, writing, all sorts of different services that you can use as a stopgap when other stuff has gone away or is on hold. So I was throwing that out there because some people are going to need some immediate temporary in different things while you're growing something else. So immediate income if you're laid off. So if you want to add any ideas in there, that would be great.
One of the things that I've been doing with one of my mastermind communities is training them on how to put together little workbooks and upload them onto Amazon KDP and sell those workbooks. The profit on them is not huge. You make about £5, which is around $6 per book. But it's something they can focus on, they can do from home, they can add in their expertise, they can add in boxes where people can add their bits, and it enables them to help people in an inexpensive way, because we all like to hold a book in our hand, and I love Kindles. I've got 1,600 Kindle books on my Kindle, but given the choice between a Kindle book and a real one, I want a real one in my hand. And just showing people how to create workbooks that they can put up online and do a variety of different covers, a bit more like an expanded journal or a very guided journal. That sort of thing's really been helpful to the community, because they can upload a couple of these a day, they can talk about them on social media, and you're not asking somebody to invest huge amounts of money. It's a small amount for them and it gives you some back. So that's been quite interesting. It's something that I'd been doing myself since 2010, so the last 10 years, but I never until this year really saw it as something that could be expanded for everybody.
You know, that's a big thing, or something that's become bigger and bigger, that I think it's called low content products, which makes it sound like it's not valuable, but it really is. You know, things like the workbooks and journals and templates and things like that. You see a lot of that around, those coloring things, stuff like that, that's very quick and easy to create, but packs a lot of value for people. So yeah, I like that. So anything with training that you can do, it's going to help people earn some income right away using the skills that they already have, or the content that they already have as well. I'm sure a lot of people have content that's just sitting there, that's done nothing, that they can start using to build a whole new business, but to also offer things right now as well. I'm looking at some different comments here. So Bob had said, I have suddenly not been able to show my chat, but I'm going to try again. There it is. Okay. Here, Ryan said, not sure if it's been said, but I'm currently working on creating affiliate offers for things I have already available. Helps others and my business. So you're offering other people's things as an affiliate? Is that what you mean, Ryan? I mean, it works both ways. Things like offering things that your affiliates can do, kind of like we're doing next week with the sale that we're doing, which we already had planned for a couple months, but we're still doing. Yeah, you can promote other things as an affiliate, and you can promote your own, offer other people to promote your stuff, which is kind of your typical marketing tactic, but is really useful now for people that don't have anything, but have an audience. Bob said, low content can be seeded, something you do quite well. And so Ryan said, offering to make others affiliates in my program. Right. I pay them instead of running ads. Yes, absolutely. And then they don't have to create anything.
Sharon, can I interrupt you for just a second? I have a technical question.
Yep.
Okay, so I wrote a bunch of stuff in what I just realized is private chat versus live comments. Can people read the private chat?
No. That's why I think I got confused. I was looking over at the private chat.
I beg your pardon. So all of that should be in live comments, but where does it go so that people can see it?
At the top where it just says comments. That's where
I don't believe we can actually add comments anymore. I believe that aspect has been taken away.
Oh, so all of this in the private chat can't be shared with anyone?
Oh, you can't put stuff in comments? You don't have that?
I don't have that. So I've been writing into private chat thinking that everyone could see it, because they're just little things on, you know, what do they need, emotional management, how to add value to prospects. And I've just been putting that in there to, you know, kind of give people some food for thought and, you know, understanding the new situation.
Well, hopefully I can just put those in. In fact, what that's why I can't. That's why I was trying to show something on the screen and it couldn't. Okay, good lessons here on StreamYard. Now, this is the sort of technical support that people need for running all these virtual meetings and events and stuff when you have guests. So this is really good knowledge. I haven't done this before. So I'll read some of these out since you can't see them. We've got Emma, you said school teachers, counselors all feel ill prepared to move forward. They don't have enough money to make to retirement, let alone afterwards, like Miles had said. Yep.
Yes, exactly. So there I was just quoting Miles because he was speaking, but what he was saying was really valuable. So I was trying to put it down in print so that other people could keep hold of it, you know?
Okay. And I'll try and go back and add this. Hopefully it won't disappear when we're done for me to be able to add it to the mind map in here. So I will do that as we're talking next. People are hesitant to spend, right? You need to provide as much free value to drive down into the longer term opportunity, build eminence and trust now during the hard time. Miles had said that as well. You'd mentioned as well, both of you, sifting through the opt-in reports that are in the Blaze packages. Yes, a lot of you probably already have a ton of material from us, so use it. Now is the time to use it, and it's sitting on your computer. Emma, you said, understanding the new situation, the world won't be the same after COVID. And this is what I was talking about earlier too, that you need to change and adapt because the repercussions are going to be going on for a while. There's an economic crisis ahead. I don't want everybody to start panicking, but this is reality. So we're going to have to recover. There are going to be losses. There are risks. There's a lot of impact on companies, unemployment, conflicts, psychological shock, lifestyle changes, a lot of lack of clarity. All of those are things that people need help with, and that's going to continue for a while, especially if we flatten the curve, which is the whole goal. You also said, oh, there are tons of comments in here, Emma, right? Maybe I should break them up. How to add value to prospects. What do they need? Right. There's a greater need of emotional control, staying calm, self-confidence and collaboration, team spirit, motivation, clarity, inspiring messages, adaptability, growth, mindset, resilience, change management, creativity, emotional management, how to overcome fear, rage, grief, dual transition, confusion, uncertainty, complexity, frustration, distance, loneliness. They need clear ideas, support, coaching, inspiration, fostering creativity. And that is one of the things we're trying to do. Connect with their real self. Right. I will try and put all this stuff into the mind map as well as we continue on. Okay. So that we don't get lost. I'm looking again. Here's another thing Gary said. Some are asking their newly remote workers who are currently slow to spend some of that time on courses and training. Right. So that's a good sign for training in e-course world. This is absolutely true. That's one of the reasons we've been getting more and more requests for different types of content so that you can get things up quickly. I'm thinking people should try to spend a little bit of time. Obviously, there's the time just surviving right now, but then also training on skills you want to learn going into the future also. So if you have somebody who's on part-time, you can give them some training. Maybe team members you have who aren't going to be as fully maxed out, give them some training that they can do that's going to help you with your repurposing of your business or any kind of changes you're doing, that kind of thing. And obviously, if you have clients who have teams, that's a time when you can offer some training as well. I also staying close and verbal here. Bob had also said staying close, verbal, phone, Zoom, contact with your clients because they're suffering and would probably appreciate a friendly voice and any assistance you can give them. And that was something Bob, you said, Miles said, I think everybody's saying that you need to have that contact. Everyone's feeling isolated, alone, stressed, and yeah, and staying in touch with them as well. So what else have we gotten here that we need to go through? All right. Online workshops, more training focus, can be live and recorded. I think Chad said that. Make sure you're doing that stuff. So you have, there's a difference between an online workshop and a mastermind. Mastermind, you're usually just bouncing around ideas and stuff and giving support, whereas a workshop, you want to have very, very practical. And it can be recorded, absolutely, but I think the live element right now is even more important. Having the videos is great, but having some sort of live element in addition to that is really important as people are isolated. And I don't think that's going to change. So another thing people are going to need help with is learning how to do that. So it's not just, course creators like us now trying to do that, but your own clients need to learn how to do that, how to work live. And that was something that Miles had said as well earlier. People don't even know what Zoom is or any of the different options for doing that stuff. Teachers are in a really tight place now because they're suddenly having to do all these courses online and they've never done them before and they have no idea. I have another friend who teaches at a college and she's done online before. And here, let me go back so we can be on screen for a little bit. So one of my friends teaches at college. In online in the past, it's always been recorded, and now she has to do it live and synchronous. And the challenge is she's talking to a camera and she can't see the faces. She's got, 30 people and saying, how do I get interaction? How do I get people to say anything, raise her hand? She's using Zoom. She doesn't really know how to use it that way. And she even asked them, if you didn't have to come and you could just come back in May and get an A, would you still attend these sessions? And of course, everyone said, well, yeah, just give me the A. I don't need to be on this class, which is the problem with working with students versus adults. When adults are coming into your training because they want to be there, they want to learn, it's going to help their business, they participate. But it's so much harder for teachers who have students there who they can't see, and so they have no idea what kind of interaction they're getting. And the kids, and these are college students, just have no desire to be there anyway. So they need help with that as well, is what my point was. You guys are still there. Sarah, what were you going to say?
I think I would add to this is we've all got programs of yours, Sharon, like Confidence on Camera that we can record and put together and put that and say pay what you can afford. So if you can afford $5, great. If you can afford 10, great. So people can get the training and support that they want and we're not bankrupting ourselves. But things like how to facilitate a workshop, particularly on a webinar or using Zoom, it's a different skill set to teaching and training in person. And we've all got the packages, because you sell them, where we can actually help people develop those skill sets. And we don't have to be the best on camera already, because we're learning. We're just that 2 steps ahead of the people we're trying to help. Miles, that's a really good thing. I didn't know PayPal had that option.
Yeah,
so people could send what they can afford and you can give them access. PayPal me. I've got a PayPal me. Hey, so you can set up a Facebook group. You can put your training in social units and you can have people send you the money via PayPal me. And then you can add them to the Facebook group where they can go through the units and interact in a little community there. So there's no excuse for us, as in we've not got the tech ourselves, we've not got the knowledge ourselves, because we've got it all around us.
Mm-hmm. We all need to level up on Zoom. I don't actually know who this is, but I'll take it. Practice, practice, practice. Doing it with family is a good way to get experience with Zoom. That's a really good point. And that's actually with live video as well, like StreamYard or anything else. You can practice that. The first live video I ever did was just with myself. You can go into your profile and start a live video and make it private so that only you can see it. So you can actually practice getting on. But obviously, if you can do it with a friend or something as well, you do that, but make it private so that you see how it is and you get comfortable with it. So you can do the same thing with Zoom as well. It's a great way for practicing with video also. So that's really good. What else is going on here? Chad, you had something I want to add here. Chad, this is a unique situation that is giving typical 9-to-5 workers a taste of the work from home entrepreneur life. I've seen a lot of people taking this opportunity to pursue side hustles and business ideas they've wanted to do for a while. Yes, that is absolutely true. I've got someone else I know who had always done a lot of work with corporate clients as well. And her client work has just dried up again. Everything's on hold. But she had this website that she'd been playing with and never had time to do in the background. And now she's kind of forced to make it happen. So it's, and on that side, it's a positive because she has to do it and has to make it happen. And there's no more delaying and making sure it's perfect and testing out the idea with everybody and validating it. It's to do it already. It's not perfect, but it's the time. So, and if you're really pressed, you will make it happen. So it's a good time to do that. And it's a good time to learn a skill. And there are people that want to learn things. Someone else I know who teaches English online. She lives in another country. She's overwhelmed with people now who want to learn English, who want to practice. They have some extra time and she's running classes like crazy online, of course, classes in English. So there is opportunity out there. There are people who have skills they want to learn, and you can do the pay to scale, that scaled payment thing, which is terrific. Let's see.
I want to make a comment if I could.
Yes, please.
Because well, no, I've just seen the time and I know that maybe people are going to want to, so I want to just say something here. Right now, as you guys know, if you've been looking at the WHO websites and whatnot, you know that Europe is just blown up red, right? Mm-hmm. By comparison, the United States has practically nothing, right?
Getting there. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, there's no way we can predict what's going to happen, but I just want to say that if the United States ends up experiencing anything like what Europe is experiencing, you need to know that your Wi-Fi lines are going to become saturated. And if you are using those private LANs that companies provide for you, and it's just like a tunnel, all of that gets saturated, but just Wi-Fi in general gets saturated. You have to imagine that we have everybody home right now. So we've got children at home, everyone working at home, people who are bored out of their gourd. Everyone is online. They're online trying to get their groceries. They're online watching pornography. They're online watching Netflix. They're online watching Viki. Everyone is online. They're also online trying to get their jobs done because now everyone's working remotely. Yeah. So everything is saturated. And you have to understand Wi-Fi is like a radio frequency that only has so much room and it is tight, really, really tight. So I just want to suggest to people, this is what I have done. It has worked very, very well for me. Get an Ethernet cable. Connect your Ethernet cable to your computer. Do not depend on Wi-Fi. You will have a terrible signal. Your videos will freeze. People will lose patience. It's already bad enough as it is. So try to give them the best video experience you can. And that means getting this tool before you cannot get the tool.
Yep.
Okay.
So true. I want to make sure I put that into our little mind map too, which I will in a second.
Okay.
Just to give you another example on that. So my daughter just had this issue where she's in an apartment. She works for a big company, but obviously everyone's at home, and it's a tech company, but everyone's at home, and same issue, Wi-Fi, really, really, really slow. And the first thing I said to her was, get an Ethernet cable and stop using just your Wi-Fi. You can get an extension on it from, just go onto Amazon. I know not everybody has Amazon in their country, so we're spoiled that way. But actually, Amazon's getting sold out of this stuff too. My son was trying to get a webcam to use at home, and they were all sold out of the webcams. He has to borrow one from a friend. But that Ethernet cable will make all the difference. You can get an extension. They were moving their Wi-Fi around, rebooting the modem, trying to figure out, because of course her fiance's with her too. The downstairs neighbors blasting the radio so they can't hear to be on a call. They're arguing with the landlord to get the neighbor to be quiet. I mean, these are the situations that people are trying to deal with working from home. And when you have to be on a call and do video, you don't want this going on. You have to try and have backup plans as well for all of that. They're hiding out in the bedroom trying to do webinars. It's just crazy. And it's not going to stop. It's going to be for a while. They may be home for months working. So I love the Ethernet cable advice. That's really, really important. Yeah. Especially if you're in a building, like an apartment building, and there's any sort of shared stuff going on. Let me just look and see here. Gary said, for those who are planning to assist with software setup or training like Zoom, Zoho Assist is a tool with free plans that I use endlessly to remote into their screen and train them like I was sitting there in the room. That's a really great tool. I'm going to just add that into my little thing here as well. I'm going to switch back to the screen so you can see this. Zoho Assist, it was called. So we can do some great brainstorming here on tools. I just have these in categories, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just add them in wherever. Zoho Assist is for any kind of just going into somebody's Zoom room, I think you said. All right, so I'm putting that in there. What else did I miss? Sarah, can you see the comments too?
Yep. Gary was saying Zoho Assist is a tool with free plans that he uses endlessly to remote into their screen and train them like he's sitting there in the room with them. So that's a really good thing. A bit further up, we have Chad saying Patreon is an option to let people pay what they want, and this can also be a monthly subscription.
Oh, wait, hang on. Before I forget, let me add that Ethernet cable thing, because that is really important.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me clicking away. What was the other thing you were talking about?
Patreon.
Let me put that on screen. Where is it?
It's a few up.
Oh God, I wish you could do this too.
Yeah, so do I.
Get that.
Underneath that, Desi Ann is saying that she agrees with Miles about practicing on Zoom, and she's hosting a session tonight with her high school classmates. They're keeping in touch via WhatsApp, but they're going to go and do a live. So yeah, it is a good opportunity for people to reconnect on some of these apps like Zoom, like a group call, like WhatsApp, and things like that.
Skype is always there.
Skype is there, and also
Patreon is for pay what they want and also unlock. Right. So that's the pay to scale thing. So there was PayPal.me, and then there's Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
and then along with Patreon, there's also buymeacoffee.com, which actually has better features for the user in that it's less costly than Patreon's. Buymeacoffee.com.
And that was, let me get Patreon on there. Pay what you want. And okay, those are some good starters. And of course, the Ethernet. Tech, by the way, tech, you got to have a good camera. I will still push the Logitech C920. It's still the best. If you can find one and it's not sold out on Amazon with the toilet paper, which is a real thing because I cannot find toilet paper.
See, now, imagine you could teach someone how to make toilet paper. You've got an ebook, a course, a mastermind. You've got everything.
Online service, small offers. How to make toilet paper. Got it. We go back down. Let's talk about some other tools because everybody likes different tools. But first, Lisa said, when I'm presenting online, I've evolved to using a prepared mind map and not a script. Yep, it flows so much better and comes over as more confident. Yeah, I've definitely used mind maps like I'm using right now, already set up, and then just walk through each step. I think, I can't remember which video I did with it. I think it was getting started plan or something like that, where I did the video. I used the mind map to go through and do the presentation and the video. And then I gave the mind map as a handout as well, just as, because you can export them as PDFs. In this, I'm just using FreeMind here, which is a free mind map. It doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, some really nice ones with all sorts of pretty formatting you can do, but you don't have to. If you're talking through, look, I can just collapse these things so it doesn't get messy. And then you can just go back in and open one at a time and close ones as well. So it's nice and clean. So you're not all over the place. So like right now, we're just going through different tools and we can just focus on that. So that's a really good idea too. Miles, you said that you have Mind Node. Like I said, I'm just using FreeMind, which is free. One of the reasons I'm just using FreeMind is we used to create stuff that was brandable, PLR with FreeMind so that you can use it yourself. And because not everyone has a paid mind map subscription, it was just a standard that's easy to do. So, and it stood the test of time. You don't need it to be fancy. What else have we got here? Mary said you're already experiencing slow Wi-Fi. Hopefully you can get an Ethernet cable, and if it's not near you, the modem or the router or whatever it is, you can get an extender. They're usually pretty cheap on Amazon, those sorts of cables. Bob said, excellent comment, Ari. The internet and pipe capacity is going into my ebook. If fiber is available, then get it installed. Okay.
I connect direct to satellites, so I don't even use fiber optic.
Oh, nice. I'm not sure everybody has that option, unfortunately, but I like it. Kevin Arrow, yes, it's not a coincidence that he has the same last name as Sarah. Kevin, Netflix are downgrading the streaming quality to facilitate the demand on their system. Yep. There's actually some really interesting things that some companies are doing too. Logitech.
If I'm not mistaken, that was a request from the government, actually. Please, Netflix, downgrade your quality in streaming. They were asked to do it.
I don't know. I've been too busy to watch Netflix. So there was a meme that went around that really annoyed me because I'm going to go back on screen a second because I have to say this live. So there was a meme that went around that said our parents or our ancestors were called to war. We were called to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. And I couldn't believe this. And people are laughing and sharing it. This is so insensitive because there are so many people who can't afford to sit there on the couch, don't want to be sitting there on the couch. People want to be working and want to be doing something. It's a very rare person who can afford to do that. And if you can, then you should be doing what we were talking about, which is stepping up and leading and finding ways to help other people. So you should
However,
be crazy.
However, a voice of compassion here. Let me interject.
Okay.
There are so many people that are working 2 jobs, even more. They've got kids at home. They're tired. They're hungry. They're frustrated. And honestly, there's no energy left at the end of the day. They come home, they want to watch Netflix, and there's nothing wrong with that because they are so full of so much else that's going on in their lives. So, I mean, I think we have a privileged place where we are, but there's a lot of people who are really working hard, single parents, kids at home, and it's just enough. And, you know, like, thank God I could just sit down on the sofa and watch a movie. And and that's where they are. Do you know what I mean?
That's not what I meant on that. I meant that.
Oh, forgive me. But
it was implying that that's all they're doing. That they're not doing work. That because they're just getting a 2-week free paid vacation from their company, they can just sit around and watch Netflix because they are getting paid. So they're not working at all. That's what I took away from that meme.
Okay, I understand you now.
Netflix is essential in these times. That and chocolate. And I think I read
for chocolate.
an article about you should stock up on these supplies and ice cream. You need that break. So yeah, Netflix is important in that way. But it was the elitism, the implication that that's all you have to do is be bored and watch Netflix. Sorry,
I misunderstood you.
And I was going to say, if you're going out to buy chocolate, you can always use it as cover for toilet roll hunting.
The paper, yeah.
You can say, I'm not actually looking for toilet paper. I come for chocolate, and you can use that as your cover story.
All right. Okay. I'm glad I cleared that up as to what I meant there. Let's see what else we have. I'm going to go back to the tools list again and see what else we can add. For those who are not designers, Canva, of course, how could I forget Canva? Love Canva. You definitely want that. I have no idea where to put that in here, but I'm just adding it. Canva is so great for all sorts of designs of stuff. My mouth is gone.
Miles has just said chocolate in Washington is code for edible cannabis.
Oh, that is funny. Yeah, anyone who wants to go to LA for supplies is blocked out at this point, and Washington. Let's see. Sophie said Ethernet cable is great, but may be difficult to install for several computers into a home. Yeah. Wi-Fi amplifier connected to the router. Yes, that is a good point as well, that you may need an amplifier, because that's something I've seen people do too. So here it's actually called an extender as well. So it's an amplifier / extender, because I've seen that. And that does help a lot, because I know people who have done that. So thanks for adding that as well. Banner snack? What's a banner snack? I'm lost on that one. You're going to have to explain, Bob. Keep adding. We are going to wrap up pretty soon. And Bob also said we have the same day streets in Nanaimo. Oh, Bob, are you in Nanaimo up in Canada? Because I know those Nanaimo bars. Those are really good. Canva on steroids. Is that the banner snacks? Yeah, Canva has some great banners. All sorts of things you can use. All right, I'm just going to make sure I haven't missed anything. If you do have any other tools you want to add in as ideas, you can also add them into the comments so we can add them afterwards. What is Gary? Sorry, I'm going to see what else is there. Here in Colorado, there's another smoking. Munchies will be on short supply soon. It's interesting what's on short supply. Here, let me go back on. It's interesting what's on short supply in different areas of the country too. because my sons who are in LA, also in shelter in place right now, went to the supermarket and they could find tortillas, but they couldn't find taco shells. In our supermarket, there were plenty of taco shells, but no tortillas. So it's like, I think it's that mentality, whichever thing everyone's grabbing, that's what's going. And that's what happened with the toilet paper. I was reading about that. It's a way of having control over a very uncertain situation. So once people started buying it, everyone else started buying it. And then they felt some more control. Of course, now I feel out of control because I can't find any, but it's that kind of thing. Oh, and Miles said we also had no tortillas here. I guess it's just an easy thing to make. Marcia said, where do we find this mind map? I missed most of the session in quarantine in California, the whole state. Yeah, that's where my sons are as well, in LA. I'm making this mind map as we go. So I'll just post it as, I guess, as a PDF, but I can also post it as the FreeMind file if anyone wants to take it and add to it and then re-upload it. I'll do it on our Facebook page, because if I can add files there, I think I can. I'm used to adding files into a group and not into a page. So I'm going to have to see whether that's possible. Otherwise, I know you're in one of our groups, Marcia, so I can do that. I think you're in our customer group. What else? Everyone here plans on baking. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now there's a good skill to do and something you can teach from home online. Absolutely. Okay, FreeMind file would be great. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try and add stuff and I'll put the FreeMind file in there and then you can just add to it and then repost it. That'll be a great way for us to do some more brainstorming after this as well. So I hope this was helpful. Emma, I'm really glad you could join us as well. And Miles joined us here. Miles, are you still there? No, your camera's off, so I won't add you. But everyone who was able to join in the chat, and we will continue to add. Here's Miles is back again. So this evens out our screen so that we're I like even numbers. For anyone who's a planner, this is a particularly difficult situation because you have to be able to turn on a dime on this whenever times are changing. We had all sorts of stuff planned out, different topics, and now we're re-scrambling to change them around and see which things people want most right now. The only thing I'm not changing is that sale that's next week. Somebody actually asked about that. Who asked about it? Anyway, yeah, we do have a sale, our anniversary sale next week. That's next Friday, but I'll email about that. I don't want to go into that here.
And that's an opportunity for those in the group who want to become an affiliate and perhaps do a live stream and promote one of the products. There's 12 products. Is that right, Sharon?
There's 12, and then we just added a recommended add-on on each one that we'll also put on sale because I wanted to, once it started, I want to add some more stuff that would be relevant. And then there's bonuses. There's a whole bunch of bonuses. So we added stuff for each one so that there's new stuff. And a lot of the bonuses are really good for freebies so that you can give stuff away for free and help people with that as well right now. And I'm looking at some other options too, because people said they wanted to be able to build their own curriculum so that there's more flexibility there and you can put something together. What else are we doing?
I've just noticed April the 5th, mark this in your diaries, everybody, April the 5th, live video marketing training is going back on offer. So if you're looking to teach people how to do the live video stuff and you didn't pick that up at launch, then pick it up in the anniversary sale, because one of the things that I noticed when I was giving Sharon some support was how brilliant. Am I allowed to share screen here, Sharon?
I think so. I just have to put it in. So let me
I'm going to share screen if I can.
I have to remove a couple people so this works. And then where's your screen?
I'm just getting it here.
Yeah. No, anything where people can help with video and camera is going to be good, and you can do it as free stuff. Let me put this in so that you're adding the value now for people and helping them where they are right now. And then in the future, they'll also, or it can be a low price. I love the pay to scale thing that Emma had talked about, pay what you can afford. That's a really great time to do stuff like that. Teaching skills that will help people where they are right now, giving them the option to pay what they can afford. And then they're just going to need more stuff in the future also. So what were you trying to share here?
Can you see that?
I can see eliminate business overwhelm and create your business growth plan.
This is a sneak peek of the anniversary sale. We've only got until Sharon says, right, that's it, you've shown enough, Sarah, and boots me off the screen.
Which is
the first one
soon
is eliminate business overwhelm. And we've got people who are really overwhelmed right now and really confused. And I love the way that Sharon's put this together, because each of it is really topical to people how they are right now. And in the second one is your business growth plan. So people are thinking, gosh, how do I get out of this? How do I continue to grow the business that I've got when everything's going crazy around me, when the world is literally coming to a stop? So that's something that can also be very useful.
Yeah, and that one actually, if you go up, I love the challenge kit, because that's another thing you can do for free right now. It's going to help people get some results and really focus on how they're going to move forward growing. And you do that for free. You get some quick wins. You start building your audience and helping people where they are right now. And so that's really good. And then you can do the other stuff, the bigger course, when you're ready.
Yeah.
So that's
then
good.
Day 3, we've got build your unique personal brand. And the bonus for that is the sales page copy that you could just edit. But just looking at those 3, that if you promoted these to your audience, they're really valuable, that they can help them in really big ways. And you can also get it yourself and teach it yourself. And as Sharon mentioned, you can have them come in on the eliminate business overwhelm. When they've finished that, they can go and do the 5-day challenge. And then those that want the create your business growth plan can do that. And then the next step up from that is build your unique personal brand. So those 3 programs, that's perhaps a mastermind program. It could be something that they start with business overwhelm, and you grow your people along to the business growth and then the personal brand. And then, of course, there's the content management bootcamp, one of my favorites. And every one of us, we've all got content. So this is something that we can use to help lots of people. Now, I'm not going to share with you everything that's
actually, you want to share the bonus thing if you go down on that page. And the boot camp's really good because it's working with content that you already have. Anything where you're working with stuff you already have, it means you can do things faster. So if you're helping people look through what they have and really making decisions about how they can use it and help other people, so it's a domino effect. Well, that's a really bad term, but it's whatever the phrase is, build on.
And we've got, for the bonus for this, there's the images so that you can run it almost immediately. Because the Facebook group image kit. So you've got the unit headers, the email headers, and the group cover image. You can use it for your profile. All you've got to do is just upload them into Canva and add your logo. And if you've got a photograph of yourself, pop that on it too. So you can deliver that one, the content management bootcamp, as a bootcamp over a certain number of days really fast. And I love how that is all in place, which makes it almost ready to go. Now, none of you can actually buy day 5. You're all banned, because I'm going to teach people how to make toilet paper and pop it into a fast and fearless information product, as in it's a book. But none of you are allowed to buy this. This is mine, 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 and mine only. So let's skip on to sales funnel magic.
No, skip down. I want to go through the bonuses.
Okay.
Because no, down. You're going up.
No,
Go down.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff in here. Stop. Is there a link to click on there for the bonus bundle? Go up a little. I can't really see it.
No, that doesn't
Click
appear.
the link. Oh, she didn't put it in yet. Okay, sorry. That's something that Fiona's going to put in that just lists what all the different things are. So there's some things that we put together here. The Canva image templates. Again, you're going to be able to go in and actually edit those and use them and reuse them. There's inspiration calendars. There's a lot of great bonuses. And Jackie asked, will people that already have the Blaze package be able to buy the new bonus or add on separately? What we're going to do is what Sarah's showing right now, which is we're going to do a whole bundle where you can buy all of them at, I think it's like, I don't know, some
47.
That's 47. So there's like 11 bonuses or something in there. And where else? There was another question in here. We'll address all this stuff when we get to the sale. Barb wants to get the challenge. There's only a challenge on 2 of them, I think. You want the bonus challenges.
And is
Chad, let me ask you something. Chad and Jackie, you want the bonus challenges for the Blaze package you already bought. Do you mean ones where you didn't get them on launch or we didn't have a challenge before? I think for the ones in this sale, we created one for how to create your business growth plan because there was not one before. We only started doing them with Keep Your Customers for Life. And then there's a bonus challenge. We created another one for Keep Your Customers for Life. So that if you bought it on launch, there was one that was only available then. But we created a new one that's like a really quick wins one that's even shorter. So because what the goal is to get, again, things up really quickly and out there immediately to help people right away. Quickly, immediately, right away. Did I drive that point home or what? That's the idea. So just let me know, because maybe I need to take all the challenges that we've done before and do that as a bundle, maybe after the sale, because this is a bit much. It's already getting kind of overwhelming. And and there's a lot of other things, related stuff like live video marketing. We went in and added on-camera video basics as a recommended one. I don't like calling them upsells because some are cheaper, some not, and they're just really related stuff that would be a good add-on. Barb wants to see the bundles again.
It's a sneak peek.
It's a sneak peek. I'll show you. Don't worry.
I'll be in trouble for this.
Yeah, you are, because I wasn't going to share any of this today. But
the action guide for your live video marketing is fillable, but you've also got the template in PowerPoint. So if you know how to do digital planners, you can convert the PowerPoint template into a digital planner. So that's a fantastic one. And those are really hot right now.
Maybe I can find where that thing is. Let me go back. You keep talking. I got to find where this is.
What I really love about these bonuses is that they've been put together, the whole package, and I'll slowly move up. And Sharon will cut us off at some point, but you can see what they are. They're designed to help your people move forward through these difficult times. So the sales funnel magic is something that you can put together to help people, and you can add in affiliate products as well to, earn some recurring revenue yourself. And then, of course, there's the brilliant build your audience using social media, again very topical. And this bonus here, 365 days of content inspiration, this calendar PDF. People sell these for $37, $47, $57 and upwards because people seem to get stuck. So what you can do is you can grab this, you can grab the bonus, or you can grab the bonus as part of the bonus bundle. You can pop that all into a Trello board, so you can have January, February, March, April, May, and so on. And you can put the days of inspiration in, and then you can sell that separately as a product. That's a really brilliant thing because you already know people want that. And even if when you give it to them in blog posts like I do and send it round via email saying, this is fantastic, blah, 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 here it is for free, they will still want more inspiration. And having it as a Trello board as well as a PDF, it really makes it really good for you. So you can take what you've got here, which I believe is a lovely PDF, and you can turn it into something more. And
Right.
the realistic content marketing plan, people at the moment, they're struggling. They don't know what's good. I've had countless people saying, should I still promote? Should I still do this? So creating a realistic content marketing plan right now is something really good. And you got a video for your sales page, and it comes in a variety of colors, so you're ready to go. And it's all designed to get you going really quick.
Okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to go through all of it now. That's not what we were doing here. But there's, as you can see, there's tons, and we'll go through the rest. I just wanted to say, Sophie, you want a challenge to adapt to build your audience. We do have a challenge for build your audience using social media that we tend to only offer those in the first week when we have it on launch, but I'll figure out somehow where we can put them up maybe as separate products, like add-ons or something, so that so that you do get the opportunity to get it. It comes as a bonus in the first week. But yeah, that's good. I will look at how we can do that. And Chad said, great idea with the Trello board. Actually, Sarah is my Trello board master, and she puts those together, and they're just incredible. I mean, if you haven't seen the one with our free 10-day online course challenge, and if anyone has not done that challenge or joined it, you really need to do that. In fact, let me share the banner for that because it is free, and there's a great Trello board on there. Whoops, that was not what I meant to show you, but it's there. This is really important to do because, like I said, it's free, and there's a Trello board that goes through 10 days of steps. There's a whole email sequence you get where there's a day in between for action days. And it's great for taking any courses you already have or courses that you're going to get, that you plan to get, and make yourself follow it and put that course online. And it comes with a free time management mini course as well. So you could just use that as a starting point as well. So that's really good. Jackie, you said you want Asana or you love Asana. I use Asana for all our stuff. The Trello board is something we just started.
Can you tell me, can you export bits inside and outside of Asana? Because Sharon's getting me into Asana, kicking and screaming and dragged there. So yeah, it may be a future possibility that we can do something in Asana to help people who prefer that rather than Trello.
We did look at it. We were looking at it in my team because they're trying to figure out how to do a better calendar. And Asana now has a better board layout that's more similar. I think you might have seen it, Sarah. That's more similar, but not quite as good as Trello because Trello has those cards. But if you want to export from Asana to Trello, there is some sort of paid extension of some sort. And I was not willing to pay for it. And also it gets confusing when you're working in two different things. Stuff doesn't always export cleanly. And then you wasting your time reorganizing stuff when the whole point of the project management tool is to save your time. So I prefer to work in just one.
So we'll look into that to see whether we can create something in Asana that can be exported out and imported into your own. I don't know if it's possible right now. I've not delved into it enough.
No, there is something. It's just a paid thing.
It's a paid thing.
Yeah.
So
I haven't tried it because I don't pay for Trello. I think it's a Trello extension of some sort. I don't pay for Asana either. I only have the free one. I don't need any more than that. Okay, I think we need to wrap it up here. This has been great. Lots and lots and lots of people joining in. Look at the comments. Add your own comments, and I'll see what I can add into that, the mind map. I can't even talk anymore. So I think we need to wrap up. And if I lose the private chat stuff where Emma put things, I may need her to put it back in again. Maybe I can do a screenshot. Can you do that, Sarah? Or possible? Well, we'll find out what happens. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. I hope this was helpful. Sarah, thank you for coming and helping me out with this and adding all your ideas as well. And if people like this, maybe we can do another one. But we'll definitely do something where we explain more next week about the wholesale. I didn't want to get into too many questions there. All right. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay inside, and we will get through this together.
We will.